Welcome, yogis. Let's start this practice seated. You might come up onto some elevation. We'll steady the spine. Bring any little natural movement in. Then lift the crown toward the sky. Close eyes and slow the breath. We'll take a pranayama designed to kick on the restorative brain. And so it will be a 4 count in, a hold for 2 seconds, and then a 6 count out. All right. Take an exhale. And you'll start going in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Out to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Out to 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Out to 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Out to 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on at your pace. We'll do 4 more rounds together. This time though, the count in is to 6, still a hold for 1 and 2, and then an out to 8. Empty out. Into 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Out to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Out to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1 and 2. Out to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Out to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue Ujjayi breathing. And let's touch hands right onto the warm chest. Acknowledge your embodiment, the feeling of being alive, feeling of warmth, feeling perhaps of your pulse. Let's make a commitment to keep falling into the present as though we would wish nothing was different than how it was. Make that yours. And then with hands on your chest so you can feel the vibration, let's do an Om together. Exhaling first. Take an inhale. Empty all the way out until the belly draws back. Keep that firmness as you slide your hands to your shoulders, and then make some circles with the elbows. Just bringing warmth into the shoulder joints. We're going to aim to hit nearly every body part today. Okay, so keep the belly pretty taut and feel even the shoulder blades moving. And then interlace the hands behind your head, lean back into that support, open the elbows, lift your chest. Exhale, roll the chin toward the chest. Inhale, lift the heart up again. Exhale, roll down, this time forehead toward the belly button. Uncurl, open up. And we'll release the arms out wide, sweep them up overhead, palms touching. And then take a twist to your left. Let the hands land, helping you. Using Mula Bandha and the belly lock. Twisting all parts of the spine, all the way up through the cervical. Through center, reach the arms up again. Twisting to the right, release the hands, look over the right shoulder. Belly draws back for an assist. And then come forward. Let's extend the legs. Cross them the other way and then roll right over them onto all fours. Let's awaken the glutes. Spreading the fingers. Sweep the right leg out behind, let it hover. And we'll put a bend in that knee. Flex the foot so it's like the heel is reaching upward, and you'll pulse 10 times. 9, 8, strong in the belly. 6, 5, stay long in the spine. 3, 2, 1. Draw this knee behind the right wrist. Take a brief little upright pigeon. You could even rock bit side to side to feel that. So if you're someone who's very tight in the hips, you can be way up here, and that's okay. You just take it where you feel it. Let some breathing circulate around the right outer hip. Plant the hands again, sneak the knee to your nose. Left foot sweeps to the left. So you can roll on to the left hand, left knee, point the right knee up and help it open. Bit of a side plank variation. Keep using the glutes, stay long in the spine. A few breaths. Gazing upward if possible. Step the right foot behind, sweep the right arm over your ear. Baby back bend. Roll back over, hands and knees, empty out at cat shape. Inhale, arching, cow. Take a neutral spine. Extend the left leg out behind you, let it float. Put a bend in that knee, flex the foot so the heel reaches upward, and do 10 times. 9, 8, even in the hips. 6, 5, strong in the belly, long in the spine. 2, 1, exhale, knee to nose, empty out. Exhale, knee behind the left wrist. Okay, you can slide back a little bit. Look to open this left outer hip. Lean in any direction that's fruitful. Still big and steady in the breath. Plant your hands. On the exhale, knee comes into nose. Sweep the right foot to the right. Roll to right hand, right knee. Point the left knee up. Help it up. You can tuck the tail a bit to lengthen through the spine as you gaze high and hug the belly backward. Keep the vertebrae spacious. Step the left foot back behind. Left arm sweeps across your ear for a little back bend. And then roll back over, exhaling out for cat. And make some natural movements here, a little undulation, even some side to side movement. Just awaken. From neutral, send the heart forward, point the chest down, or send it down, and then slide forward, lift into cobra. Exhaling, press back, child's pose, arms extend. Rock the hips side to side. Spread the fingers. Come up to downward facing dog. Bending into each knee and ankle. Make some waves through your spine that might require softening knees. Walk the feet halfway up the mat. Press your heart back. Point the sits bones high. Neck is long. And cross the right ankle over the left. Keep the left hand here. And see if you can sweep the right arm up toward the sky. No stress in it. We're just looking for a bit of an opening behind the legs and the outer legs especially. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to flat back. Step the feet hips distance. Cross left ankle over the right. Keep the right hand here. Sweep the left arm up toward the sky if that's possible. You can always take a block underneath your hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale to flat, step the feet hips distance apart, and then walk the feet between your hands. Hands to shins, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold fully. Root and rise. Arms to Tadasana. Let's come right into Surya A, sweeping upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap your way to lower down, belly or chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Rhythmic breathing. Zip the feet together, come high onto toes, bend knees, look forward, and you'll step or leap the hips up crazy high so feet can land between the hands. Go ahead. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Bend knees, sweep the arms down and then up. Inhaling. Exhale, dive in, forward fold. Inhale to flat. Exhale, step or leap your way back. Could be chaturanga, could be the belly. Keep your neck in a neutral position the whole time. Take a heart opening, gazing up now. Exhale to downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg up behind. Place this foot between your hands. Ground the back heel, lift to warrior one. Exhale, hands to earth. Take your flow. Keep remembering that the legs do work for you. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step this foot between your hands. Ground the back heel, rise, warrior one, inhaling. Exhale, hands to earth. Take your flow. You can always skip it. Downward facing dog. Back to breathing comfortably. Soft in the neck. Let's zip the feet together, come onto toes. Bend the knees a lot, look forward. And you can step or leap the hips up crazy high so feet land between your hands. Lengthen. Fold. Bend knees, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Stand tall, Tadasana. Hands to the waist, elbows go back, lift your heart. Exhale, let's take a fold, wrapping arms around the legs. Give these hamstrings a chance. And the spine lengthens as well. Every vertebra. Is there a place where you get stuck, stagnant? And can we ask for some life force to swirl around there? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the waist. Keep a little cobra in your chest and then stand up tall. A little back bend at the top and a neutral spine. Okay. Let's bring hands to the heart. Soften knees a little bit. So you might want blocks for this. I'll show it without. If you want the blocks, you would take it into your hand. So you're going to shift weight into your right foot, hands at the heart. Send the left foot back, hovering. You're going to make some circles there. So it's like the heel is kicking back and making circles, trying to kick on the glutes. And you want to especially get in the range, like up behind you and then over back to the right behind you. handful more circles. Both hips should be burning a little. And now we'll tip forward. The block can land in your left hand. You'll place it on the ground or fingertips. Get super long. And then reach the right arm toward the sky. Pause to make some space. Slow-mo stepping back. Walk the hands over to the left. Pivot into skandasana, into the left side. So left toes point out. You'll bend that knee, take hands to heart, and look behind you. With the strength of the left leg, you're going to lift all the way up to warrior two, facing front of the mat. Right toes point forward, left toes come in a bit. Let's pause. Take triangle on the left side. So straighten both legs, right toes come in, left toes point to the back of the mat. Keep the hips open wide as you reach toward the back of the mat. Take your time. Stay wide open. Eventually it lands. Keep length in the spine, a slight tuck of the tail, mostly to hug the abdominal wall back. If you'd like a little back bend here, we'll take the right hand behind your low head and swivel the heart up toward the sky, and swivel the crown of your head over left of your left foot, almost behind you. Do your best. Let's breathe. Reach the right arm across your ear. Gaze down at this left foot, and we'll fold over it. Let the back heel swivel upward, and we'll set the right knee down. Gazing over left shoulder, let's pull this right foot in, breathing into quads. And then release the foot and create a twist from this. So hook the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Hands to the heart, look behind. Stay long in the spine. Here's an opportunity for an arm balance should you want it. I'm going to cue a kundinyasana to a side crow to a tripod headstand. Okay, let's see how that goes. So you get your hands way off onto the earth, hands shoulder distance apart, extend the left leg forward, kick the right leg back for 3, 2, 1. Join the legs, bend the knees, lift the seat to tuck the chin. It's like a somersault. You roll, squeeze, lift the knees towards your chest, and then come all the way upside down. We'll stay for 5 breaths. Bend the knees. If you want to try to exit through side crow, we'll do that. So hug the knees in toward the chest. Stay super tight as you swivel them off to the right. Hook the left outer knee on the upper arm and peel your head up for 3, 2, 1. Let the feet land. Take forward fold. Grab hold of your own elbows. You can even sway to recover. Lengthen spine, and step on the hands. Fold all the way in. Keep lifting the shoulders. Stay active in this. Good bandha work. Unhook the hands, gaze forward. All right, we're going to end up through vinyasa. I want to give you a possibility. Those of you who are looking for it, you can try a toe tap to chaturanga. Okay? You can always just try. Send the shoulders back. Keep the collarbones spread wide so the elbows draw sort of in and then up. Okay, up on toes, pour weight into hands. Toes land on the wrists before you find chaturanga. Go ahead. Savor the heart opening. Downward facing dog. Let's recover breath. Okay, bring the feet a little closer, zip them up together, high on toes, bend the knees, look forward. You can step or get the hips up crazy high in order to land the feet between your hands. Go ahead, give it a shot. Lengthen and fold. Bend knees, Utkatasana. Stand tall, Tadasana. We'll separate your feet to hips distance apart. Once again, you might want to grab the block. It'll end up in your right hand if so. Hands to the heart. Send the right heel back. I'm going to spin this leg around for a little while, looking to warm that right hip and the glutes. And because the left leg is doing the balancing, that ends up getting your glute medius big time on that left side too. So make sure you're hitting like a nice range of motion, getting the heel high enough to extend the hip, feel the glute, and then way over to the left enough to feel it in a sort of different spot. Stay in motion a handful more times. And then, like you're placing something on the ground, maybe it's the block with your right hand, tip forward, right leg hovers. Grow long. Left arm to the sky. Let's pause to make some room. And a slow motion, stepping back. Hands land, walk them over to the right, taking Skandasana, the right side. The right toes point wide, bend that knee. Hands to your heart as you look up over that left shoulder. Okay, with the grace of your arms and the strength of this right leg, we'll turn this into Warrior Two. Go ahead. Facing the left leg. Reach the limbs away from each other. Create triangle over on the right side. So legs straighten, left toes come in, right toes point forward. Stay wide open, especially across the pelvis as you reach toward the top of the mat. Eventually touching down. Gaze high, reach high. Stay long in the spine. If you'd like to play with a back bend here, an upper back bend, you take that left hand behind the base of your skull. Crank the heart up toward the sky, and then reach the crown of your head farther and farther right. Reach the left arm across your ear. Look down, roll the hands down. Let the back heel come up. We'll set that back knee down. As you look over the right shoulder, bend the left knee, take hold of the foot. Keep directing breath to this left front leg. And we'll extend the left leg again, turn this into a twist. We won't be in a rush to our arm balance. Let's really savor the twist. Left elbow hooks. You can get in pretty snugly from here. Stay long in spine as you look behind. It's belly actively lifting away from the right thigh, if only energetically. All right, the arm balance is kundanyasana to side crow to a tripod headstand and back. Work your hands off to the ground. You're already set up for kundanyasana, so tuck the back toes. Extend the right leg forward. Heart forward, hover the back leg for 3, 2, 1. Stack the legs, bend the knees, lift the hips, tuck the chin. Take that roll. Ooh, squeeze, 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 and drag knees all the way up. 5 full breaths in tripod. Bend the knees. Hug them in toward the chest. Swivel quite a lot over to the left to hook on the upper arm. Peel your head up for 3, 2, 1. Feet land, forward fold. I invite you to take your feet as wide as the mat though, and do sort of an insect preparation so the knees can bend and you'd walk your hands through. If you're very open, you could be snuggling one arm behind one leg and then the other. Take hold behind your ankles. Even grab hold of your seat, your low back. Some of you will bind this and straighten the legs. All right, one last little finale is to possibly do Titibhasana to crow to one more tripod headstand. See if you got it in you. Doesn't matter if you don't. We're going to wind up down quite soon. Snuggle the hands backward, fingers face you. Come sit down on your upper arms. Extend the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips so high you bend your knees. Tuck your head. Let it land. And roll it up. Okay, practice gets you there. Learning to engage the bandhas, the hip tilt, and all the usual suspects like the hands and shoulders. It's less of that than you think. Bend the knees. Can we do the same on the way back? I don't know. Knees come in. Crow. Titibhasana. And we'll sit it all the way down. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Take a fold. Come on up to sit. Let's work into the hips a little bit more today. So take the left leg long. Block is optional. It can actually help you get in a little deeper. So we're looking for kind of a Janu-Shirshasana, but more like a Tara Asana, like a half diamond, so that right foot is pointing to the left inner calf. You can do it without the block too, but here's why we have it. So that when we tip forward, we can try snuggling this right arm underneath that right leg. Just like a Titibhasana standing where you bind, you send that right backhand to the lower back. All right, tip forward. If a moment comes where you feel like you can tuck your chin and slide your head underneath your foot, even if you've got to wiggle around, you can see what that feels like. Either stay where you are, or if you've got that leg securely behind your head, you could sit up. The next phase is to wiggle. The next is to lift your chin. And after that is to take hands to the heart. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more fold. Come all the way up. Release. Extend both legs. Send the heart up too. Second side, right leg stays long. We'll bend that left knee just enough. So the foot points to the inner calf or maybe even the ankle. You can start slowly. Tip forward to see how it feels. Get to where you can get. The moment comes where you'd like to see what it's like to slide your head underneath your heel and your ankle. You can play around with that. Feel free to stay there or to climb up and sit with it. If it's securely back there, you might be able to take one hand to your chin and lift it, or hands into the heart. Keep lifting the head, it helps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bow again. And lift. And extend. Recover. Hands behind you, lift the heart. I want to get into some back bending before we finish. I invite you to take the right hand right behind you. Bend your knees. This can look like anything. First stage is lift the hips, lift the left arm up, squeeze the seat. This is enough. If you feel like you want more though, keep going. You'll end up rolling the right hand inward, taking the left hand to the ground for wheel. And then lower it all the way. Let the knees knock right and left. Come back up to sit. And this time the left hand behind, the right arm reaches up. Lift the seat up off the ground. This could be enough, reaching the right arm high. If you're looking for more, right hand touches the ground, left fingers spin in the same direction. Stand up or lower down, recover in your way. Take a block or pillow right underneath your sacrum. You're going to lift your legs up. Let the blood flow down into the lower back. The legs obviously have to work just a little bit to stay in their position, but rest everything else you possibly can. Draw the right knee into your chest, extend the left leg down low, let the heel land on the ground. Let's pause now. This opens the left psoas. You can keep releasing in the lower back. As many of you know, the hip flexors have consequences in the low back. Sometimes if they're super tight or just overworked, they tug at the lumbar spine. They would be overworked if the abdominal wall isn't really kicking on when it's supposed to. Or if you do a lot of jump throughs, jump backs, and handstands. Bend the left knee, hug this knee into chest, extend the right leg long, let the heel be heavy. The whole leg is heavy. Get soft at the belly. Keep softening at the lower back too. Let's extend both legs long. You can stay up on that height if you've got it. You got just about a minute here, and the practice isn't over yet, unless you want it to be. And actually, I'm going to organize this kind of like you'd organize a Mysore class. Those of you who've taken Ashtanga Mysore or Mysore Ashtanga, at the end of the primary series or any series practice, you would take time to either, do Shavasana, wrap up and go home, or to play with your drop backs and your handstand kick ups and kick overs. Today, I'd like to focus on a puppy press handstand with you, with the block. So if you're game for that, stick around. Otherwise, you can morph this psoas release after a couple of minutes, and remove that block and take your Shavasana. Keep softening the neck. Let's rock the head. Bend one knee, and then the other. Lift the seat, remove the block, let the knees fall to each other. Okay, take your savasana or roll up with a block. I'm going to play with the puppy press cueing. All right, taking the block into the middle of the mat. Here's what we're doing. Pushing like crazy. It's a lot of traps and triceps. All of this is mostly core, the abdominal wall, the hip flexors. You hope that the QLs don't start to get involved. If you have, you'd rather have the hip flexors work than the QLs. That's like two little ropey muscles on the lower back. You even want, and I'll talk through this again, but as you're pressing, you even want a little pulling. And so that is mostly lat work. You can think of that transition from chaturanga to upward dog is the same kind of thing that you need in order to hike yourself all the way up. We do compression, so that attachment of the belly to the upper thigh, requiring hamstring mobility and also hip flexor strength and activation. And then finally, the last element is that you're going to tip the sitting bones high. So you spill the pelvic bowl or actively draw the pelvic bowl into an anterior tilt. And that is what lifts the legs up off the ground. Let's see, what is the clearest way? Maybe sideways. You'll take one foot to the block, doesn't matter which, just remember which. Hands out in front about a foot, but you can play with it. You come onto tippy toes as you lift the top leg, open the hip, bend the knee, and you're trying to get that knee up wide to the side. In fact, you're trying to get the whole hip up high. All right, push the ground away like crazy, and then I'm gonna stop talking as I do it because it requires most of my effort. On a big exhale, I'm going to draw my hands in, draw my sitting bones up like crazy, keeping compression as I let the left leg float out to the side and up, assuming it works out the way I envision. And get true recovery between the sides. I really think come all the way down, shake your wrists, shake your shoulders. You know, get the blood back in there. You don't want to do this too tired. You don't want to do it sloppy. That's the main thing. If one elbow bent or both elbows bent, it's totally natural. You do want to try to keep the elbows locked out strong. So what it might mean actually is not that you are weak at your arms and shoulders. It could actually mean that you are strong there and you are relying on that part of your body too much. Whereas you should be looking at the pelvic tilt a little bit more, that compressive effort of squeezing the legs into your body. And think of the back muscles as drawing you up. We'll do it on the other side. Take your true recovery. Okay, what do you do if that just didn't work nearly? You would step your feet up onto a sofa or a chair or even a desk or like a big inflatable ball to get yourself up onto some higher height and see what it feels like. You might be shocked at how manageable it is. I'd love to hear how you do with it, by the way. Feel free to take one more handstand practice, whatever that might look like for you. It's a good time for savasana. I'm also going to make time for meditation at the end of this practice, just to let you know what's ahead. Whatever the speed of your mind right now, can you go half time? Feel free to remain in Shavasana or to climb your way up into a seated meditation. This is the whatever will be meditation. Whatever you think of, whatever noises arise, however you're feeling, whatever happens, we just allow it. Let's bring our hands back into the warmth of our hearts. Connecting again to any intention you set. And may you fall in love with the present over and over and over again. Thanks for being here, Yogi. Be well.